Indianapolis, July 19, 1991. Friday morning, 11:23 a.m. Mike Tyson wakes up in his suite at the Canterbury Hotel feeling invincible. He's 25 years old, former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Even after losing to Buster Douglas in Tokyo, he's still the most recognizable boxer on the planet. Still the most feared, still making millions, still living a life most people can't imagine. He has no idea that in approximately 6 hours, his entire world will begin collapsing, that a decision he's about to make will echo through headlines for decades, that his name, which he believes is untouchable, protected by fame and power and money, is about to become synonymous with something he never imagined. But right now, in this moment, he's certain that nothing can touch him, certain that consequences are for other people, certain that being Mike Tyson means living above the rules that govern everyone else. Indianapolis is hosting the Miss Black America pageant. Tyson is here as a celebrity guest. Promotional appearance. Show up, take some pictures, make some appearances, collect a check. Easy work. The kind of thing his handlers schedule constantly. Keep him visible. Keep him relevant. Keep the money flowing even between fights. The pageant contestants are excited to meet him. Young women, late teens and early 20s, from across America, competing for a title, hoping for opportunities, starstruck by celebrity. Tyson knows this dynamic well, has exploited it countless times. Fame creates access. Access creates opportunity. Opportunity creates situations where the word no becomes negotiable in his mind. He's been getting away with aggressive behavior toward women for years. Some incidents reported quietly, some hushed up, some paid off. Nothing that ever made headlines. Nothing that ever threatened his career. His team, his lawyers, his handlers, they've always made problems disappear. Always reinforced that Mike Tyson is too valuable, too important, too powerful to face real consequences. That afternoon, Tyson attends a pageant rehearsal, meets the contestants, works the room, charming when he wants to be, intimidating when it serves him. He notices Desiree Washington, 18 years old, Miss Black, Rhode Island, college freshman at Providence College. Beautiful, poised, innocent in a way that appeals to him. He approaches her, starts talking, flirting. She's nervous but receptive. This is Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson. Paying attention to her specifically, it feels special, feels significant. She doesn't know she's being selected, being evaluated, being prepared for something she hasn't consented to. Tyson asks for her phone number. She gives it. He promises to call. Promises they'll spend time together. She floats away excited, tells other contestants, tells her roommate. Mike Tyson asked for my number. Mike Tyson wants to see me. She has no framework for understanding what's actually happening. That night, after midnight, Tyson calls her hotel room, says he wants to take her out, says there's a party, says it'll be fun. She hesitates. It's late, but it's also Mike Tyson, an opportunity she'll never have again. She says yes, gets dressed, goes downstairs. His limousine is waiting. She gets in, still thinking this is about a party, about spending time with a celebrity, about an experience she'll remember forever. She's right about that last part, but not the way she thinks. The limousine doesn't go to a party, goes to the Canterbury Hotel, Tyson's hotel. He says they need to stop by his room first, just for a minute, then they'll go out. Desiree feels uncomfortable but doesn't want to make a scene, doesn't want to seem rude, doesn't want to insult him, goes along. They take the elevator to the 6th floor, room 606. Inside, Tyson's demeanor changes immediately. The charm disappears, replaced by aggression, entitlement, the assumption that her presence in his room equals consent to whatever he wants. Desiree will later testify in detail about what happens next, about saying no, about trying to leave, about being overpowered, about being raped, about the physical pain and the psychological devastation, about Tyson telling her to leave when he's done. No tenderness, no acknowledgement. Just get out. She leaves the hotel traumatized, returns to her room, tells her roommate immediately. She's crying, shaking, bleeding. Something terrible has happened. and she doesn't know what to do. Her roommate sees the state she's in, understands immediately this wasn't consensual, wasn't a date gone wrong, was assault, was rape. The next morning, Desiree goes to Methodist Hospital, has a rape examination. The medical evidence shows internal trauma, tearing, bruising, injuries consistent with forced sexual assault, the kind of injuries that don't happen during consensual sex. She reports it to Indianapolis police, files a formal complaint, gives a detailed statement, names Mike Tyson as her rapist. The police take it seriously. This isn't a minor complaint they can dismiss. This is specific, detailed, supported by medical evidence, corroborated by witnesses who saw Desiree's state immediately after. This is credible, but it's also Mike Tyson. They know what's coming. The media circus, the pressure, the lawyers, the machine that protects celebrities from consequences. They document everything carefully, build the case methodically, prepare for the fight they know is coming. For 3 days, Tyson has no idea what's happening. He's already moved on, already thinking about other things, other women, other parties. What happened in room 606 is irrelevant to him. Just another night, another conquest. Nothing special, nothing memorable. Certainly nothing that will have consequences. Then on July 22nd, the news breaks. Not in a big way, not front-page headlines, just a small story in the Indianapolis Star. Local police are investigating a rape allegation against boxer Mike Tyson. The alleged victim is an 18-year-old woman who was in town for the Miss Black America pageant. Details are limited. Investigation is ongoing. That small story changes everything. Within hours, national media picks it up. Associated Press, Reuters, every major newspaper, every television network. Mike Tyson accused of rape. The headlines start echoing, growing louder, spreading wider. Mike Tyson's team goes into damage control mode. His lawyers issue statements, calling the allegation false, calling it a money grab, calling Desiree Washington a liar who's trying to extort a celebrity. They're confident this will blow over, confident their standard playbook will work. Discredit the victim, suggest ulterior motives, make this about her character instead of his actions. Wait for it to fade from the news cycle, but something unexpected happens. The story doesn't fade, it grows. More details emerge, the medical evidence, the witness testimony, the timeline. Prosecutors announce they're taking the case seriously. A grand jury is convened. This isn't going away. Tyson appears on national television, denies everything, says the sex was consensual, says Desiree wanted it, says he's being targeted because he's famous and wealthy, says he's the real victim here. His performance is unconvincing. He seems angry rather than innocent, defensive rather than wronged. People watching don't see a man falsely accused. They see a man caught. The grand jury hears evidence for several weeks. On September 9, 1991, they return an indictment. 3 counts, rape, 2 counts of criminal deviant conduct. Mike Tyson will stand trial. The headlines explode. This isn't a rumor anymore, not an allegation that might disappear. This is a formal criminal indictment. The state of Indiana versus Mike Tyson. The trial date is set for January 1992. Tyson's legal team assembles. Vincent Fuller from Washington, D.C., one of the most expensive, most successful defense attorneys in America. They're still confident, still certain this is winnable, still operating under the assumption that fame and money and legal firepower can overcome any accusation. The months between indictment and trial are brutal for Desiree Washington. Her name is public now. Her face is public. Her entire life is dissected. Tabloids run stories about her sexual history, about her motives, about whether she's telling the truth. She receives death threats, hate mail, threatening phone calls. Tyson's fans blame her for destroying their hero, call her every vile name imaginable, make her life a nightmare. She could back out, could refuse to testify, could make this all go away by staying silent. Many people in her position do exactly that. The cost of pursuing justice becomes too high, the harassment too severe, The psychological toll too devastating, but Desiree doesn't back out. She pushes forward, prepares to testify, prepares to face Mike Tyson in court, prepares to tell the truth no matter what it costs her. January 27th, 1992. The trial begins. Media from around the world descend on Indianapolis. The courtroom is packed every single day. This is the biggest celebrity trial since the 1980s. Everyone is watching. The prosecution presents their case methodically. Medical evidence, witness testimony, expert analysis. Then, on January 29th, Desiree takes the stand, testifies for 3 hours about what happened in room 606, doesn't break under cross-examination, stays consistent, stays credible. The jury believes her. You can see it in their faces. The defense tries everything. Character witnesses, medical experts who suggest alternative explanations, attacks on Desiree's credibility. Nothing works. The evidence is too strong, the testimony too consistent, the truth too obvious. On February 10th, 1992, the jury deliberates for 9 hours, returns with their verdict, guilty on all 3 counts. The headlines that echo this time are different from the ones in July. These aren't questions or allegations. These are statements of fact. Mike Tyson convicted of rape. Mike Tyson guilty. Mike Tyson going to prison. Around the world, newspapers run the story on their front pages. Television news leads with it. Radio stations interrupt programming to announce it. The name Mike Tyson, which was associated with boxing excellence, with intimidation, with power, is now associated with rape, with conviction, with disgrace. Tyson sits motionless as the verdict is read. His face shows nothing. But inside, the reality is crashing down. He's going to prison. His career is over, at least temporarily. His reputation is destroyed permanently. Everything he thought was safe, everything he thought was untouchable, is gone. 3 months later, he's sentenced to 6 years in prison with 4 years suspended. On April 3rd, 1992, Mike Tyson enters the Indiana Youth Center, becomes inmate number 922335. The most famous athlete in the world is now a convicted rapist serving time. The echo of Washington's allegation didn't just go through headlines, it went through history. Changed how people thought about athlete accountability, changed conversations about believing victims, changed the calculation for powerful men who thought their fame made them immune to consequences. Desiree Washington's courage in coming forward, in pressing charges, in testifying, in refusing to be silenced despite death threats and character assassination, created those echoes. Her allegation became a conviction. That conviction became a precedent. That precedent became a reminder that no one is truly untouchable. Tyson served 3 years, was released in March 1995, returned to boxing, made hundreds of millions more dollars, rebuilt his public image over decades, became a pop culture figure again, told his story in movies and documentaries and a one-man show, but he could never fully escape those headlines. Mike Tyson, convicted rapist. They're part of his story forever, part of his Wikipedia page, part of his obituary when that day comes. He thought his name was safe, thought being Mike Tyson meant protection from consequences, thought fame and power and money created a shield nothing could penetrate. Desiree Washington proved him wrong. Her allegation, echoing through headlines in July 1991, created ripples that became waves. Those waves crashed over Tyson's empire, destroyed the illusion of invincibility, showed that an 18-year-old college student with nothing but the truth could bring down the most feared man in boxing. The headlines eventually faded from front pages. Other stories replaced them. Other scandals captured attention, but the impact remained, changed the landscape, made it slightly more possible for the next victim to come forward, made it slightly more likely that the next powerful man would face consequences. That's what Washington's allegation accomplished. Not just justice in one case, but a shift in understanding, a crack in the armor of celebrity immunity, a reminder that truth, spoken clearly and consistently by someone with courage, can echo louder than any amount of fame or power or money. Mike Tyson was certain his name was safe, was certain nothing could touch him, was certain that what happened in room 606 would disappear like so many other incidents had disappeared before. He was wrong, and the headlines that proved him wrong are still echoing today.